what kind of impact has this visit to St. Jude had on you?
It just reconfirmed that what we've been doing for raising money for charity has been definitely worth the efforts. We did this for the first time last year, and we created the St. Jude Play Live ScareAthon from that. And actually coming here and then like actually meeting the patients that we like have helped from our event has been really like very impactful. And seeing like people who are in our seats now where we were last year. It's really cool to be in this position where we create this event and are able to talk about it and people being excited to join it.
Yeah. Raven, tell me a little bit about that patient event. I wasn't there, and maybe a lot of other people weren't there. We have some video from it, but just describe it. What sort of stuff did y'all do? What was it like?
Which patient event? The one where we played the games,
Sure.
the Legos? Oh, yeah, well, last year we got to play a little bit with them, but it was like right toward the end when most of the patients were heading out, you know. But this time I really got to be there almost beginning to end. And I wanted to sit down and make sure I had at least a couple of good interactions with a couple of patients. And there were 2 patients that I really connected with. And I felt like last year I was kind of a fish out of water. And this year I really feel like kind of had the St. Jude moment, as they call it, you know. I really connected to a couple, and like, I kind of got dragged away at the last moment there when we were going to lunch and I had to do other stuff like photos and whatever. And I'm just looking back over my shoulder at this one girl that I was spending time with. I felt like, I hope I see her again and she's healthy, you know? Like, it really hit me there. Like, I hope I make an impact in her life. I really do.
Do you remember her name?
Yeah, it was Brecken. Yeah. And she told me, it's like Breckenridge.
Set you straight.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brandon, help me spread the message a little bit about what does it cost those families to come to St. Jude?
Oh, $0. Like that's one of the great things about when we're raising money for this charity is that none of the parents have to worry about any of the bills and they can just rest easy and make sure their child and their children are doing okay. Yeah.
How do you begin to wrap your mind around that?
I mean, like, even as an adult having to pay for, like, health insurance, I can only imagine having to deal with a child and, like, if you have other children having to deal with it. But the fact that you could bring your child here and they're being taken care of amongst, like, an amazing staff and everybody being supportive, I think it's mind-blowing, and I think more people should definitely know about it.
For sure.
Help me spread the message about the research. They're doing this research around the clock. So the hospital might be located in Memphis, but they're doing the research, they're sharing it around the world, and so children, doctors, scientists, children all over the world are benefiting from what's happening here. Can you help me spread that message?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, the Children's Hospital spread, like you said, that they share their research with hospitals around the world. We actually learned last night that our event, the Play Live event, you know, where all the gamers and streamers get together, we're the #1 fundraisers for international. And it's really awesome because we're making an impact in other countries, especially in countries like low income and middle income countries. So that like our help and the help that the hospital gives for research, it's raising their survival rate for children like a lot higher, and they've actually made a lot of strides in that. I think they were talking about Guatemala last night, and like they were telling this story about this one orphan there, and it really like I was about ready to cry like listening to that story. And they've raised like I think it was like from 2 or 10%, something like that, all the way up to 60% the survivability rate for those children in countries like Guatemala. It's awesome. It really is.
The fact that that is happening, and the fact that no family ever gets a bill, and the fact that the research is going on, they're able to spread it, is because of you guys.
A small part.
Yeah.
A small part. It's
Yeah.
very small part, but it's just that like we may be less than like 0.0000 whatever percent of total like in terms of money raised, but it only takes one person to tell other people that word of mouth spreads, and then it becomes that 100%. So we are part of that, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Yeah, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. Like we started this whole like the ScareAthon like 3 years ago. You know, we did the St. Jude version of it last year, and the fact that we've like started with this idea and grew it out to be this like brand where we're actually raising like a lot of money for charity is it's amazing. I never would have thought it would have gone this far like 3 years ago. So
Why St. Jude?
Because the thing about it is that I feel that no child should be suffering from cancer or any sort of sickness, because I was lucky enough to be healthy as a kid, and to see a lot of the patients like in person having to struggle with a lot of the stuff, and like playing video games is like a day of relief for them, and us being here to help them just feel better. I think that's why it's important, and St. Jude has been amazing to us and to these children as well.
And what do you think makes St. Jude and the gaming community work together so well? Why do you think that this gaming community has taken to St. Jude like it has?
I'd say it has to do with the entertainment value of gaming and streaming, and like kids are very interested in that sort of thing nowadays, especially with the popular games, like Fortnite and Minecraft and stuff like that. And they see us doing it like as adults or young adults, and they kind of want to be that too. They want to grow up and have like they see us and they're like, oh, that looks like pretty cool. When you grow up, you can still play video games and stuff like that. And when really it's still our job,
Yeah.
but they don't really realize that. But they see that and they forget about their stress, and it's really cool. But the awesome thing about St. Jude is they've shown like the dedication to our platform, to our business, to our industry, and I think it's just become like this circle where they're dedicated to us, we're dedicated to them, and it's like it just works perfectly for some reason.
Yeah.
And last one I can think of, any goals for the future as it relates to you guys raising money for St. Jude, for the kids at St. Jude? Anything you got in mind?
Yeah, well, our next event is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Like the first one was. So we're playing that out. So our goal is to try to beat our last goal last year, which I think was 35,000.
35,000, yeah.
In 3 days. So we're trying to overstep that and continue on. So our overall goal.
Yeah, our overall goal since the beginning, like this will be our 4th year in a row. So we have this event for St. Jude, and we'll do another event in October. So this year over year, all combined since the beginning, we're about to get over 100K total raised for charity.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, doing good stuff in the world.
Huge milestone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
Well, yeah.
it's a little overwhelming, honestly.
Okay. More than I've raised,
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much
thank
for
you.
having us.
Thanks for coming all this way and visiting the hospital and taking it all in firsthand and sitting down with us and doing this interview.
It's honestly
Yeah.
a little sad that this is going to be the last day.
Yeah.
It is a little sad. Like last year I was like more just nervous. And this year we did that little presentation the first day on stage, and I felt like all the stress just washed away after that.
Mm.
And now I really had a chance to really experience everything.
Now we got to get to work.
Yeah, I know. Going right
we got to
to
get to
work.
work.
Awesome. Starting to feel a little bit like home.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Yeah, definitely.